I'm just finishing this Panic at the Disco record, and like we took like two or 3 hours just to get a tambourine sound. I still like, which mic should we use? Like, I'm still that guy. I still like feel like a kid in a candy shop when it comes to gear. You know, I love that stuff. But like the first time I really, you know, got into Pro Tools, it definitely like opened my mind to like an endless possibility of what I can do with sounds. I think there's a definite point to to what, you know, the gear that I've ended up buying and what I use to record definitely reflects what my ears like to hear. I mean, for sure. I mean, microphones especially. I have a kind of a cool mic collection. I have a C12, like a super vintagey C12 that's like my vibiest mic. You know, I've been using that Manley Reference Gold a lot actually lately. You know, just it sounds super good to me. You know, I mean, I have an 1176 which I use for my vocal chain. You know. I use it, I mean, a ton of stuff. I mean, I just believe, like I said, the transparency of recording into Pro Tools. Like, I need to be able to, if I want to have a warm sounding vocal, I mean, I need to have a tube compressor, tube preamp, tube microphone. I mean, my whole setup is all based on that, you know, based on recording it into Pro Tools as warm as I can, and that's the sound that I'm going to get back, you know. But for some reason, going outside the box for my bus compressor, I felt made a difference, you know. And when people talk about 5 or 10%, you know, because I mean, obviously this is all my opinion, and I'm sure people, whatever, would disagree. But I mean, when I first got the 192, like I recorded a session in '96, and I recorded in '48 and '41. I just got a bunch of boxes to record the same session. And once I added the super gainy diesel Hughes and Kettner amp or whatever on top of it, and I got everything in there and all my compressors, it was like the amount of difference between like on a rock record from like a 96K to like a 44.1. I couldn't, it wasn't worth it for me to lose all the plugins to take up that much disk space. It wasn't worth it for me. You know, I couldn't see the sonic difference. You know, so everyone's got opinions. I did notice when we recorded strings and when it was like an acoustic song, for sure, the 96K, it was I could tell a difference. I could hear that kind of upper top end stuff, you know. But for me, that was like having that that SSL bus compressor for me was worth it outside the box. Everything else I do is inside the box. I mean, like I said, I mean, I have the, you know, the TG channel is usually what I use for a preamp. I just love the way it sounds. I forget the 2 track names, but on the used second record, there were 2 tracks that we did on the beach using the preamp on the M box, you know. And I don't, no one's called me and said, dude, I want my money back, but no one pays for records anyway. So the bottom line for that whole thing is like, if I wasn't just as passionate about taking out every single spice from my wife's spice cabinet in every pan and trying to get the best like percussion sound, or recording on my roof, or putting a mic in the bottom of my pool and trying to still figure out how can I push the sonic landscaping you know, whole experience for bands, I wouldn't be, can't be about money, you know. I mean, that's how producers turn into dinosaurs. It's about like, it has to be this much budget. For me, it has to be about, am I passionate about the project? Because then it's going to be a win no matter how you do it, because you're going to make a great record that's going to change the way people look at music, you know.